So hello guys, welcome back, and I'm here to talk about, as every YouTuber does at this point of the year, I watched practice 1 and I noted down some predictions, and I did see practice 2, I'll be honest, so there's a bit of a cheat, so I might have changed 1 or 2 predictions because of that. So let's get on to this. So without further ado, I will start with the driver predictions, or should I start with the teams? I'll go with the drivers first and then the teams. So for drivers predictions, on P20 it's Nico Hülkenberg, and P19 it's Kevin Magnussen. It's all for good reason. I mean, like, look at those guys. For some reason, Haas, they said that they're more focused on getting their tire wear sorted. The next would be Logan Sargent. Yes, this time I think Logan Sargent is gonna score more points. He's gonna double the points he gained last year, and this time he's gonna do it with actual pace. He's genuinely gonna cross the line, not get it by a provisional DNF or DSQ. So yep, watch out for that. And number 17 would be Zhou Guanyu. Yep, I mean, I'm not expecting these guys to be fast. Steak Kick Sauber F1 team, I don't expect them to be fast. They seem to be a bit on the slower side. Also, their cars seemed a little twitchy. I'm not sure about their tire wear as well. So that's why I put the next driver, Valtteri Bottas. I mean, he's on his last end of his career, but I feel like he's the better driver of the two. And then nextly, I would put the Alpines, starting with Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly. Yes, I believe 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18 would have a relatively close battle. Like, you know, there will be like 2-3 racers would decide their positions, but this would be the ending order. And yeah, I believe that Gasly will outscore Ocon, just because Ocon can get a bit dangerous, at least from the things we've seen before. If he gets his stuff together, he should be a okay driver. But Gasly, I feel, is a bit more of a mature driver compared to the two of them. And next, at number 13 is going to be Lance Stroll. Yes, but this time Lance Stroll is going to be actually better than he was last time. I feel like he's not going to do any stupid mistakes like he did last year. Especially last year's Monaco was one of his lowest. And after that, even Saudi Arabia last year was a bit of it was an oopsie on his side. And next up is going to be Alex Albon. Yes, I believe Alex is going to be P12. The team is not going to be the worst, but they're definitely not going to be the best. But they'll be like, you know, a solid midfield team. From a back marker to a midfield team is quite an upgrade for them. And Alex is going to carry their team on his back as usual. And then at P11, I think it'll be Yuki Tsunoda. Why do I think Yuki is going to be P11? Because didn't he finish P11 almost every race last year? So that's how I would put him there. And then at P10, I would put Daniel Ricciardo. Why do I put Daniel ahead of Yuki? It's because I think Daniel just has that little bit of experience that puts him ahead. But it's going to be close between these guys. Daniel, Yuki, Albon and Stroll, they're going to be like, you know, taking points off each other, and they're going to be at each other's necks. P9 is going to be Sergio Perez. So P9 is going to be battling with P8, 7, 6, 5, and yeah, until P5 to P9 is going to be a close fight. So P8 is going to be George Russell. Okay, the reason I put Perez on P9 was today when I saw him on track, I would have put him way high if I had just seen Max's run yesterday. But today when I saw Perez on track, I saw he was kind of struggling to get in grips with that car. Because I mean, if you listen to Alex Albon's podcast, he said that Max likes his car at a knife's edge. So if you, like, he also compared it to a video game. If it's like a video game, a shooter game, Max likes to put his sensitivity at 1000%, and he likes it when it's super sensitive. So I do understand a car that, you know, reacts with the slightest movements. If you're really good at it, you can drive it perfectly. But if you like a less sensitive car, a more forgiving car, I understand this could be a bit troublesome. So that's why Perez is going to be at P9, because obviously Red Bull is going to what I think is going to happen later on. And Russell is going to be P8. It's for good reason. It's basically self-explanatory. I feel like Russell this is going to be his transitional period, because I believe the Mercedes this year is tailored more towards Lewis Hamilton because of how he got the car made for him last year. He was like complaining on and on again. And I think you're going to see it in Drive to Survive as well, where Lewis says that, oh, I want the car to be like this. They're like, no. And then he's like, oh, I told you so. It's going to be like, you know, a back and forth So, okay, enough about that banter. So basically, Russell is going to be P8 and P7 is going to be Fernando Alonso. That Aston is not going to be as dominant as it was in the beginning last year, but it's going to be there. The reason Aston is not at the top is because the rest, I feel like other teams would have done way better. Like Ferrari and McLaren would be biting at each other's throats. So that puts me to the first Ferrari driver on this list. In P6, it's going to be Carlos Sainz. And P5 is Oscar Piastri. So these guys from 5th to 9th, they are going to be nipping at each other's necks and going for points. I feel like it's going to be a very close championship this year. I know it's a lot of hope and dreams here. So this is a wish list and this is about my predictions. I'm not going to be too realistic about this. I'm going to go crazy and yeah. And also I'm going to probably write like a fairy tale ending for a lot of things. You know where I'm coming from. So P4, I will put Lando Norris. But P4 to P1 is going to be extremely close. And I have something that backs up my thoughts. Let's see. Let's wait and see. And P3 is going to be Charles Leclerc. Why did I put Charles Leclerc P3? I don't know. Just vibes. I just got some vibes that Charles is going to be P3 this year. At P2, Max Verstappen. I know. People are going to be like, how dare you put Max on P2? Yes, that means Lewis is number 1. It is my hope and dream and blah blah blah. Okay, I am a Lewis fan, that's true, but I think I would like him to leave Mercedes on a high. P1 or P2, and from P1 to 4 it's going to be so close. I even bet that the championship is going to go to the last race. Why did I say this? Is it just delusional or not? I know Red Bull was way faster on testing, but after I saw today that Checo's brakes caught fire, and it also kind of gave me the impression, okay, yes, they're not porpoising like the Mercedes did last year. They didn't like bounce around, but I believe the Red Bull side pods are gonna have cooling issues, and with the cooling issues they will bring an upgrade to convert it to the zero side pods or whatever, and they are gonna have to run the car at a lower performance level, exactly what Mercedes did last year, because they need to maintain temperatures and everything. They're gonna have to lift tankers. I'm not saying Red Bull is not going to be a fast car, but Red Bull is not going to be as reliable as it was. I feel like Red Bull, the only reason Max is not going to win is because that car might not be reliable. I know Adrian Newey is a design car god, but I feel like every dark cloud has a silver lining and vice versa. This is going to be his Achilles heel. I feel like Mercedes tried their best with the zero side pods. I know that this might be a better evolution. It might be a direction where Mercedes didn't see, because the cooling ducts behind the driver's head and everything, and in the side, if you have seen, I will put some pictures here, there are cooling ducts on the sides of the thing as well. But I feel like this car, like especially on practice 1, Max was just pushing the car. The other cars didn't seem like they were pushing. They felt like they were sticking to their schedules. Why did I say that? Because, for example, I did not see much rotation from these cars. Like, for example, I saw some lockups, but I did not see the Mercedes and everything suffering from a lot of oversteer or understeer. And also it looked like they were running quite heavy compared to some other teams. For example, Alfa Romeo was running flat out. Some other teams felt like they were like sandbagging, and Mercedes is famous for doing that. Ferrari pulled an amazing time today with their cars. So okay, basically this is why I would say that Max is not going to win the championship. It's going to be Lewis. It's going to be by a little bit. It might even go down to Abu Dhabi or wherever the last race is. I think it's Abu Dhabi back again. I don't know. They changed the calendar for sustainability reasons, so I believe it. I thought it might go somewhere else, like Vegas, but okay, let's see. Anyways, that's how I think the grid is going to go. And what about the Constructors Championship? I'm just going to speed run it. It's going to be P10 Haas, P9 Stake, P8 Williams, P7 Alpine, P6 Aston, P5 RB, P4 McLaren, P3 Mercedes, P2 Ferrari. Wait, why did I put Red Bull P1? Okay, because George Russell, yes. George Russell is going to take a lot of points off of this. So, yeah, it's just vibes again. That's how I feel the championship would go. And yeah, that's it. That's it for now. If you guys enjoyed, put on your predictions down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Tell me I'm being delusional, and it's just predictions based on vibes. And I have a lot of hope to back up my boy Lewis. I I think I am an LH fan. I mean, I am such a McLaren fan too. I really want Lando and Piastri to do well, but I feel like this is not going to be there yet. Lando is definitely going to win this year. Let's put that to another prediction thing. It's in my F1 bingo list. I mean, you don't have to watch the video. I put my bingo list on my story so you guys can see. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and follow. I'll see you again next time then. See you before the next Grand Prix. I'll give you a preview and also run with my race predictions then. Bye. Have a nice day.